Hey Jason, this is George, and I'm going to give you three things that you can implement very soon to start getting more traffic to your site. Now, before I get started, you might be thinking, hey, why is he doing this, or what is he doing this for? I mean, the simple fact is that I just like educating people because if you don't know something, you don't know something. I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong and how you can fix it. And don't get me wrong, some people come back to me and say, hey George, can you actually help me out with this? Yeah, it's totally fine. If you want to schedule a different time to talk, we can get into like a deeper dive. I can do that too. But this is purely for educational purposes. So, Handyman in Corpus Christi, Texas. This is getting about 90 searches a month. Let it refresh. So the first guy that actually pops up is way down here, which shouldn't be a thing, but it's actually easy to get up top. So, this guy, contractorcc.com. It's a service page. These guys are number one, or the first two popping up. So, first thing you got to consider is content. That's the biggest thing. Google loves content on a site, loves the amount of content you have. I always recommend a minimum of 1,500 words. I notice you have this, and then these are good if people are reading it, but they're not good for the search engines. Because 20 years of experience, amazing customer service, has nothing handyman related. Now, if you expand it on painting, power washing, waterproofing, deck repairs, or any of these, that would be very useful information. So, you have 279 words. You have multiple H1 tags. Now, header tags is actually how you structure a site. You only want one H1 tag for each page. So, like, home would have one H1, a services page would have one H1, handyman, one H1. You get it. And by doing this, you're actually going against national people. There's nothing about this that says Corpus Christi. So, you're trying to fight national with that. Now let's look at the other guys. This actually is a very basic site. It's not pretty, but it's still ranking the best. You know why? Because look, it has 945 words. Their H1 tag, like I told you, Handyman Services, Corpus Christi, Texas. The structure's a little jacked up here, but either way, they're doing more than what most people do because they don't know. Now, purely off the structure and the content, you can understand why they're winning. Next thing I want to talk to you about is a thing called backlinks. Now, a backlink is effectively a vote from another site saying that your site you're good at what you do and people got to try you out. So an example of a backlink is if a news station writes a 500-word article and in that article talks about your services and then it has a link at the bottom. And that link directs people to your site. That's a backlink. Backlinks actually have a pretty big influence on rankings. It's right next to content. So I noticed you don't have any backlinks. That's fine, because if you don't know, you don't know. But the reason that these guys are up here is because they have 281. And this is DR. These are metrics. DR is domain rating. Effectively, this is the trust factor for the site. URL rating. Effectively, this is the power factor for the page that you're on. Now, 22 and 8, these are out of 100. You don't have any metric because you don't have backlinks, which in turn is going to give you no keywords. These guys are ranking for like 47 keywords and getting 111 people going to their site. This is a month on average. Now this isn't even the this is only for organic listings and not this. 30% of traffic goes in here. So these guys, I believe this may be them. Let me see. Oh, this is another one. Okay. Well, yeah, 30% of the traffic goes to the maps. Now, a way to actually leverage Google's factors that it considers so you can start raising your position in the rankings for the maps is something called citations. Now, a citation is a listing in a directory that has your name, your address, and your phone number. Now, I always recommend 300 to 400 of these for each map listing you do. Now, the reason I was scrolling through this is because I was checking to see if I could find your map listing, but I don't think I saw it anywhere. No. Yeah, I can't find it. It's probably, I'm not sure if you have a map listing. You should get a map listing because it's a Google thing, and 30% of the traffic goes here. 90% of the traffic stays on the first page. So you want to be in here, and you want to be in here. You want to be in their face both times. And you can do that with the things I told you about. Alright, so let's recap. 3 things you need to do to start generating more sales and more traffic to your site is content, 1,500 words of topic relevant, keyword rich, unique content. That means you can't copy and paste it from somewhere else. Backlinks. Other sites need to be linking back to you because this gives your site credibility. Citations. These are the listings in directories that I was telling you about. Name, address, and phone number. That's what you need. 300 to 400 of them will beat your competition by a landslide, and you'll have a lot less to worry about. So if you like what I'm saying and you want to talk a little bit more, you want to get into like a deeper dive on exactly how you need to fix your site and stuff, you can email me at george@underdogleads.com. My website's underdogleads.com. I'm going to put my phone number at the bottom of the email to make it easy to contact me. That being said, thank you for your time. Have a good one.